Have you ever wondered if life was trying to whisper one last message before we go? It's a thought that often comes in the quiet hours. We walk through our days, busy with our plans and our worries, but life sends us signals. They are quiet, gentle invitations, often hidden in plain sight. Life understands that the final chapters deserve a sense of peace, not panic. We are being invited to become students of life's most sacred and gentle language. Are we ready to start listening? Learning to listen to quiet signals is like attuning your ear to new music. At first, it might seem like silence. The world is full of noise, but life's messages are in the pauses. We are conditioned to look for the loud, but it requires a stillness of the soul to hear the whispers. To a hurried glance, a garden might seem empty, but to the patient observer, it is full of grace. It is a listening that goes beyond words, a seeing that looks past the surface. This process of learning to listen is a practice of the heart. By learning to recognize these signals, we can offer our undivided attention and our unwavering love. It often begins with the rhythm of the day. Think of the morning routine. Perhaps it was the smell of freshly brewed coffee or the rustle of the newspaper. These are the anchors of our days. When these anchors begin to drift, it is one of the first clues. The coffee might be brewed later or not at all. The newspaper may lie untouched on the table. It is a quiet signal that the body and soul are beginning to operate on a different timetable. The urge to rise with the sun might be replaced by a need for more rest. Consider the simple act of walking to the mailbox. These small excursions might become less frequent. The world outside the window can start to feel more distant. The energy once spent on doing is now being devoted to simply being. But this is a time for observation, not intervention. The fading rhythm of the day is not an ending. It is a sacred and quiet prelude to a final, peaceful rest. Another clue can be found at the dinner table, in the shifting tastes and appetites of a lifetime. Food is more than sustenance. It is memory and comfort. The meals we love are often tied to our happiest moments. When lifelong preferences change, it is a quiet message that deserves our gentle attention. Suddenly a favorite meal may no longer hold its appeal. A once voracious appetite might soften into a desire for simpler, lighter things. It is a natural process, a signal that the body's needs are changing. As life's final chapter unfolds, energy is often redirected to more essential spiritual tasks. The palate simplifies, seeking not stimulation, but serenity. What is truly needed is acceptance and understanding. Perhaps the greatest act of love is to offer that simple bowl of soup with a warm smile. It is to recognize that this change is part of a sacred journey. Our homes are extensions of ourselves, museums of our memories and sanctuaries for our hearts. A subtle clue emerges when a person begins to quietly rearrange this personal world. It is a deliberate process of sorting, simplifying, and letting go. These items are anchors to a person's most cherished memories. It is a subconscious act of taking stock, of holding one's life story in their hands. Conversely, you may also see a gentle decluttering, a letting go of things that once seemed important. It is a quiet act of unburdening, of releasing the weight of material possessions. This rearrangement of one's personal space is a deeply intimate clue. The most loving response is to offer our presence and our help, honoring the legacy they are so carefully curating. Sometimes the greatest change is a quiet one, a gentle emotional retreat. The once vibrant center of family life may now sit quietly, content to observe rather than engage. This isn't rejection, but an instinctual turning inward, conserving energy for the journey ahead. Phone calls shorten, visits become briefer, and their gaze drifts to distant thoughts. Our role is to honor this space, offering presence and understanding, communicating through a glance or a gentle touch. We are witnessing a soul's graceful untethering from the world. As distance grows, conversations shift. Soft goodbyes woven into everyday words. Phrases like, "You've been a good son," or "Take care of your sister," carry new weight. Stories are retold not out of forgetfulness, but as gifts, legacies to be passed on. Old wounds are quietly healed, forgiveness offered and received. Our task is to listen deeply, to accept these words as the final brushstrokes of a life. These are not just memories, they are lessons in love and letting go. By listening, we honor their journey and the art of saying goodbye. Eventually, a deep peace settles in, a quiet acceptance of life's full circle. The struggle fades, replaced by calm and gratitude for simple joys, sunlight, birdsong, a loved one's presence. This isn't giving up, it's letting go, savoring the moment rather than fearing the future. Our role is to protect this peace, entering their space with calm and reverence. This tranquility is a final gift, a soft goodbye that says, "All is well, I am ready." It's a lesson in what truly matters. The soul's gentle exhalation, a whisper of release and homecoming. For some, the end brings a sudden urgency, a need to finish what's been left undone. Old projects are revived, documents organized, instructions clarified. These acts aren't about control, but love, a desire to leave nothing unresolved. Supporting these efforts is a final act of care, helping them tie the last knot in their life's tapestry. We become partners in their closing chapter, offering help and encouragement. In doing so, we honor their need for closure and peace. Sometimes the urgency is to connect, to reach out to loved ones, mend bridges and say what matters most. Phone calls are made, old friends visited, memories revisited with new intensity. Words once unspoken are finally shared, pride, gratitude, love. These moments are precious invitations, final affirmations of a life rich in relationships. Our presence and attention are the greatest gifts we can offer in return. We stand with them as they gather the people and memories that gave their life meaning. Perhaps the most profound urgency is the impulse to set things right. It's a deep spiritual need to leave the world with a clean slate, to seek and grant forgiveness, rebalancing the soul's accounts. A person may feel a pressing need to address an old wound, a conflict left to fester. They might reach out to someone from whom they have been estranged simply to say, "I am sorry," and ask for peace. This is the courage of the final hour, knowing love is more important than pride. They understand unresolved anger is a heavy burden and wish to lift that weight from those they leave behind. By seeking reconciliation, they offer a chance for mutual healing, for a story to end with grace. They are trying to mend relationships so only the strong threads of love remain. Each act of restitution, no matter how small, is a step toward inner peace, scrubbing the soul clean. We must respond with compassion and without judgment, receiving requests with an open heart, supporting their quest for peace. This is the soul's last, most important work, aligning a life with love, truth, and reconciliation. It is life whispering. It is never too late to make things whole, showing the healing power of a heartfelt apology. In the final season of life, there can be periods of confusion. It can be like a thick fog has rolled in, obscuring familiar landmarks. But then the fog lifts. For a few precious moments, a profound clarity emerges. The person who was disoriented is suddenly present, their eyes sharp and their mind clear. This lifting of the fog is often called terminal lucidity. It is a phenomenon where someone experiences a brief return to their former mental state. They might recognize family members. It is a final powerful surge of consciousness, a last chance to connect. When unexpected clarity descends, it often brings remarkable wisdom. With anxieties stripped away, the mind becomes quiet. In this serene space, profound truths emerge. The person may speak with a simplicity that is both startling and beautiful, from a place of pure insight. They might offer advice that changes the way you see your own life. These truths are often about what truly matters. The pursuit of wealth is seen as a temporary distraction. What remains is love. These are the final, distilled wisdom of a lifetime, the last and most important lessons from a life well lived. This clarity can also bring a sense of profound peace and acceptance. They may speak of feeling a connection to something larger than themselves, a sense of readiness to go home. They are offering us a glimpse through the veil, a final, comforting reassurance that all is well. We're being reminded of the essential principles that we so often forget. It is life's final whisper, telling us to focus on love and to cherish the simple beauty of human connection. As the end of life nears, a desire arises, to leave something behind. This is the heart of legacy, ensuring wisdom, values, and love echo on. It's not about monuments, but the quiet passing of a torch. This might be giving a cherished possession or sharing wisdom. A watch becomes a blessing, a transfer of history. A cookbook, a legacy of family gatherings. We are asked to become guardians of memory. Listen to the stories, cherish the objects, and carry the wisdom forward. Their love lives on through us. We become the living legacy. In the final reflections of a life, there is often a quiet and beautiful summation. It is a period of looking back with a gentle gratitude for all that was. The person may find themselves speaking of the simple moments that brought the most profound joy. It is rarely the grand achievements, but the small, unnoticed moments of grace. A quiet contentment settles in. This tranquility is a powerful, final message to their loved ones. Their final reflections become a mirror for our own lives, prompting us to consider what truly matters. Their quiet end-of-life summation becomes our urgent beginning of life priority list, a final, powerful lesson in how to live. The final clues are not signs of an ending, but confirmations of a life's enduring meaning, ensuring that the echo of a life well lived will resonate with love and wisdom for generations to come. How do we truly listen? It begins with a simple, dedicated practice: sacred presence. This is a conscious decision to bring your whole self to the moment, offering undivided attention. It means putting away distractions, creating a quiet island of time where the only thing that matters is connection. This listening requires us to set aside our own agendas, become comfortable with silence, a vessel that holds unspoken emotions. Listen more with the heart than the ears, feeling subtle shifts in energy. Cultivate presence with small acts. Listen for the tone, the pauses, the sighs. Sacred presence is a gift to ourselves, allowing us to connect with love. By being fully present, we honor their journey. I am here with you, I see you, I am listening. Once we recognize these final year clues, how do we respond? Our instincts may drive us to react with fear, but a response rooted in fear often closes the door on the very connection we are seeking. The more loving response is one guided by acceptance and compassion. This means meeting them where they are. If they have a sudden urge to tell an old story, listen. If they express a desire to give away a cherished object, accept it with grace. If they fall into a quiet peace, match their peace with your own. Responding with love means validating their reality. It tells them that they are not alone in their experience, that you are brave enough to walk alongside them. Ultimately, every response should be a quiet affirmation of their life and their journey. By choosing love over fear, we give them the freedom to complete their final chapter in a way that feels true and peaceful to them. We have walked a quiet path together, exploring the subtle signals that life so often sends. These are not omens to be feared, but invitations to be cherished. Life, in its infinite grace, is teaching us the gentle art of farewell. It is a reminder that the most precious moments are the ones we inhabit fully. They teach us to see the sacred in the mundane. By learning to recognize and honor these quiet messages, we offer our loved ones the most profound gift of all. The lessons we learn are a powerful guide for how to live our own more fully, with more intention, more forgiveness, and more grace. Let us be the ones who see them as life's last, most beautiful love letters. Subscribe to Wise Reflection. Leave a comment about your own experience. Share the video with someone who might need it. Thank you for being here.